think so.
Oh, wait, Rabbi.
No, I think that's Isaac's.
Did you turn it off?
I did.
Okay, good.
Wait, so which one am I reading?
10 seconds. So let's see. This one is.
This?
Mm-hmm.
I could do that.
Can you do that too?
Yeah. Wait, do I read the transliteration?
Whatever you want. I want.
Just give us a minute. It's okay to start a minute late so I can get this.
That's first, yeah. Isaac, you gotta say hello, Fountain Valley. Say hello, Fountain Valley. Yeah, right now.
Hello, Fountain Valley.
You can play with your mask off if you want.
Hello, Fountain Valley.
Ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Confirmand Isaac Torjaman on the piano tonight. Very excited to...
We can clap because we haven't lit candles.
You can clap during services as long as we know it's not for a prayer. Isaac and all 6 of his classmates, we are very excited to be welcoming them as confirmands. After studying for a year with me, they think that nothing could ever get better. And then we go to Buca de Bepos. So it's just the best year. And if you haven't done confirmation yet, then go through 10th grade and let me know, and we'll do confirmation together. It's super fun. In addition to, well, I have fun on Sundays with this crew, and they've also been working really, really hard learning about topics that they asked about, as well as a general curriculum on God, Torah, and Israel. And they've especially been focused these last few months really on social action. They've been studying Jewish points of view of social action. They were supposed to go to Washington, D.C. and talk to our senators and representatives about these issues that they had been working on, and then the organization that organizes this trip canceled. So they're going with me next year. And they're going to show the incoming confirmands how it's done. Right, y'all? Yeah. So while we are welcoming them into their last confirmation responsibility, they will be helping lead services a lot tonight. And we are also going to welcome Shabbat, because that's what we do on Friday nights. So we're going to invite all of the confirmation parents to come and light our Shabbat candles. And if you all back away from the candles, they won't get lit. Please rise. You can take your mask down to blow out the candle. Just don't blow it at anyone. Amen. Now, while you are standing, will parents please walk to where your children are, and if you have another child here, summon them. So that's you, Max. That's you, Nick. And anyone who is near their children, put your hands on your children. And if you're here, it doesn't matter how old your children are. They're always your children. So if you're here with an adult child, you can go to them and put your hands on them. After we light our candles, we bless our children. If you have your hands on a boy child, repeat after me. Yesimcha Elohim Ke'Ephraim Umenashe. It means may God bless you like Ephraim and Menashe. And if you have your hands on a girl child, repeat after me. Yesimech Elohim Kesara Rivka Leah Rachel Bilcha Vezilpa, which means may God bless you like Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, Rachel, Bilcha, and Zilpah, our ancestral mothers. Keep your hands on. We're not done yet. Ginger, one slide, please. One more. Sorry? I'm not done yet. I'll drive. For all of you, Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, may God's radiance shine on you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, may God's face turn towards you and grant you peace. And now, what do they do, Al? Seal it with a kiss. My favorite part. And all together, over here we say Shehechianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. You may all be seated. We are so excited to be at this wonderful moment. We continue on page 20 if you have it, or on the screen if you don't, with Lecha Dodi.
Lekrat
We are going to invite Jacob and Isaac to lead us in Baruch and roll into dark.
While you're up here, masks on.
Day turns to night. Dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
We welcome all the confirmands to come help us with Shema and Ve'ahavta.
Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Adonai be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך באהוב אהב בכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר נוהים לצווך היום על לבניך ושינתם לבניך ודיברתם בם ושבתך ביתך ולכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך ושרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Page 39. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and time again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then we shall rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
Page 42, Hashkivain.
Hashkivain,
continue with the Amidah. Please rise.
You can stay.
Adonai, sevatai tiftach, uvi agite hiratecha. Stand the mic. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Bilcha, Elohei Zilpas, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Shekanei Hakol, Bezocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, Lema'at Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah, Rav Le'Hoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chayim B'Chesed, Mechaye HaKol Be'rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Ve'rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Mihamocha Bal Kiburot, Umidomela, Melech Memim Tumechayech, Umasmi Yeshua, V'ne'emanata Rachayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechaye HaKol, Atah Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh, Ukedoshi B'chol Yom, Yehalelu Hasela, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
We take a moment for our own personal prayers, and whenever you're finished, you may be seated. With our thoughts on our prayers, our thoughts focused on what is most important in our heart, we take a moment to think of those in our community, those in our lives who need a mishaberach of healing. Our prayers for healing go out to all of them, as well as to anyone who is in need of healing this evening. Tonight from our CBT community, we are thinking especially of Bobby Becker, Merle Carter Prop, Sandra Cohen, Nancy Danger, Pilar Gill, Michael Gifford, Adrian Greenberg, Risa Heller, Bev Hirsch, Ira Hirsch, Julie Holdaway, Shannon Howard, Jeffrey Colson, Lori Laren, Steve Ostrin, Marlene Perutka, Lonnie Pinkham, Ron Ross, Robert Slade, Harris Stutman, Janice Tankinson, Mark Titus, Aviva Bat Moralea, Avraham Ben Tova, Bonaliba Bat Ruth, Chayalea Bat Miriam, Sarah Rivka Bat Nisan, Esther Malkachana Bat Batya Ruth, Yochanan Atzil Shmuel, Ben Avraham v'Sarah, Leah bat Avraham v'Sarah, Sharon bat Avraham v'Sarah, Tzipporah bat Sorel v'Lazar. Are there any other names for Misha Berach this evening? Whose names we say aloud, and all those whose names remain on our hearts be blessed with a complete healing as we say together.
Amen.
We are going to continue with Seder Kriyat HaTorah, our service for reading the Torah. You can find the service on page 246 if you'd like to follow along in your Siddur. Page 246, please rise.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Udvar Adonai miYerushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, le'amo Yisrael, b'kedushato, lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod, ki chol v'shamayim u'va'aretz, ki chol v'shamayim u'va'aretz, lecha Adonai hamamlacha v'hamitnaseh lechol erosh. Ashlosha devarim, ashlosha devarim, ashlosha devarim haolam, haolam omed. Ashlosha devarim, ashlosha devarim, ashlosha devarim haolam, haolam omed. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut hasadim, al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut hasadim. Ashlosha devarim, ashlosha devarim, ashlosha devarim ha'olam, ha'olam omen.
May all be seated, including you. Over the last several weeks, the confirmands have been working on spoken word presentations that they have created for it might change in a second. Don't. That they've created for this evening. Okay. Stop.
Hi, my name is Isabella Abrahams. I am the class of 2024 at Fountain Valley High School. I am a woman. I have heard people say women are weak, we belong in the kitchen, and that we aren't as smart as men. In the beginning of the Torah, it says, "And God created humankind in the divine image, creating them in the image of God, creating them male and female." The truth is women do amazing things, and one example is Simone Biles. She is a beautiful person and athlete on and off the floor. I am a strong woman too. I've made pretty great accomplishments myself that show how strong women are or can be. Today, I can stand up and show women deserve equality to men and that anything a man can do, a woman can do too. Tomorrow, women will have the same treatment. I wish everyone could see that women are just as able as men, rather than just see all of their weaknesses. We all need to see people equally for their strengths.
My name is Macy Matisoff. I am in the class of 2024 at Huntington Beach High School. I am Jewish. I have been told that Jews are rich and greedy. Anti-Semitism sucks. A wise person once said, "Anti-Semitism is the longest and deepest hatred of human history." What other hatred has endured some 23 centuries and survived a genocide of 6 million of its victims in its 23rd century of existence, only to find itself still intact and rich in potential for many years of life? That person was Father Flannery, a Catholic priest. Tomorrow, I will be able to stand up for others. I wish everyone could see how strong and welcoming the Jewish community is. The people here are my friends, and I am home here. I am Jewish and proud to be a part of this community.
I am Aiden Gershwin-Razo, and I go to McBride High School in Long Beach, California. My mother is a health educator. She talks about health in our house all the time. She educates us in health, healthy eating, and human reproduction every now and then. Removing women's rights sucks. Why should men have the right to remove the women's rights? Just the idea of that's preposterous, utterly absurd. One of the more important issues is their health needs, more specifically reproductive rights. They deserve the right to decide their health needs regarding their pregnancy. Judaism views the fetus as a limb of the mother. The mother can remove said limb if it is causing her problems. Even though she doesn't want to lose a potential baby, it causes her danger if she does nothing about it. When complications arise and a pregnant woman cannot give birth, it is permitted to abort the fetus in her womb. The fetus is considered a rodef, a dangerous pursuer of its mother. The truth is that women's rights are essential to maintain a flourishing society. Today, I feel that this issue needs to be resolved. Tomorrow, as in the future, not specifically tomorrow, I would be able to assist in resolving this issue. I wish everyone could see how there are many women who have made a positive impact on society, and how removing their rights is not helping. It just makes it harder for humans to succeed in this world. I hope that one day more people will see how women are an important part for a flourishing society.
My name is Jacob Eckelman. I'm in the class of 2025 at Los Alamitos High School. I identify as Asian American. Asian Americans living in America deal with many stereotypes. I've heard people assume I'm good at math, that I do martial arts, and that I live in a very strict household. All these assumptions by people are made from how Asians are portrayed in social media, TV, and in the movies. Asian Americans have been protesting for Asian rights since the 70s, working side by side with Cesar Chavez for better working conditions and better pay for migrant workers. Recently, during the pandemic, people have used the Asian community as a scapegoat for COVID-19's origins and been treating Asian Americans harshly, which has led to many acts of violence towards many different Asian communities across the nation. We have seen a rapid rise in hate crimes that scared many families, including mine, because of where the acts of violence were taking place, many of which have been in Southern California. This leads me to sharing a Jewish value, Mishnah Sanhedrin 4:5. It states how all people are from the origin, which is Adam and Eve. Today, I will help raise awareness to Asian communities, and tomorrow I'll be able to teach others about equality, and I wish everyone could see the perspective of how the Asian hate crimes have impacted Asian Americans living in the U.S.
Hi, my name is Taya Kotler. I am a sophomore at Fountain Valley High School. I am a woman. Lately, there's been a huge problem with people trying to control and make decisions for women's bodies and health care. Being a young woman and having social media, I hear a lot of different things. Something I heard just this week was Ohio lawmaker Gene Schmidt, who said that rape is a good thing if it can bring a child into this world. Now think about that. This is what some people believe and try to push onto others. This is a horrible thing just to be said. Yet, I bet the people saying this have not experienced these things. The feeling during and after bringing a baby into this world or being sexually assaulted. These two things can take such a huge mental, physical, and emotional toll on the women who have experienced these things. So for people to say it's a good thing is just inhumane. Maimonides says that life for a baby starts when the head comes out of the womb. Until that moment, it is considered a limb of the mother. Just like they have control over their hands and feet, they have control over their fetus. Someone who is pregnant does not want to lose their fetus, but if it is going to kill or hurt them, they cannot give it a home or food or a good life or be able to choose whether they need to have an abortion or adoption so the baby can have a life it should have. Today, I'm using social media to bring awareness to this situation and trying to inform others about this topic. Tomorrow, I hope to see everyone doing what's right for themselves. I wish everyone could see just how important it is for someone to do what's best for their bodies and health. We have to vote for people who stand with and protect women's rights so women don't have to worry about not being able to have a say on what they can and can't do.
Hi, my name is Isaac. I go to Edison High School, and I'm here to talk about discrimination towards immigrants. This is something that surrounds me as my parents are both immigrants, one coming from Panama and one coming from Costa Rica. What I've heard is that immigrants are being called stereotypes such as being dirty and poor. And these stereotypes suck. In Judaism, it is stated that God believes that all people are created equal. This relates to the issue of discrimination towards immigrants, as it can show that immigrants should be treated as equally as people already living in the country that they are going to. As today, I can spread awareness of the issue so that people can take action to solve it. Tomorrow, I will be able to live in a place where immigrants are treated the same as people already born in the country. I wish everyone could see how much better the world can become once this issue is resolved. Thank you.
Our confirmands, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. in addition to all of their work on their social action learning, a couple of them have been working on this week's Torah portion. We're reading Parashat Naso this week. You can find it in your Plout commentary starting on page 1059. But be aware, we're going to jump to 1064. So get ready for that. So 1059, it'll be the last paragraph in either English or Hebrew. And for our Aliyah, we're going to invite our confirmation class. Yamod kol hakita ha-confirmation lalei ala Torah. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Vaed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Zot atorat anazir asher idar korbanot le'Adonai al nazir milvad asher tasig yado kafi nidro asher idor ken yaaseh al torat nizro. וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור. ידבר אל אהרון ואל בניו לאמור. כה תברכו את בני ישראל אמור להם.
Asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Mishaberach Avotenu Abraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu yivarech otam. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless all of you for all the work that you've done to get to this point. Your Congregation Bnai Tzedek education that began in kindergarten, that you continued through B'nai Mitzvah, and here you stand as confirmands, showing us how important it is to continue your Jewish education, not just through B'nai Mitzvah, not just through confirmation, but for the rest of your life. Maybe rabbinical school, who knows? Just kidding. May everything that you do be blessed. May all the hard work that you put into your travels, your projects, your relationships, may it all be blessed with the success of that work that you put into it. As we say together, Amen. Next, we're going to invite their parents and teachers. So if you were a teacher at CBT, or if you are a parent or grandparent or aunt of one of these children, come on up. Oh, right.
I already forget. Am I forgetting it? Okay, so okay.
Did you say Todah?
What?
I'm so proud of you.
No. I said that?
Yeah, she said that.
Okay, parents, ready? Hey, you guys. Over this way. Don't stand so nobody can see. You're supposed to be the Ready? 1, 2, 3. Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu b'kol hamim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai, notei haTorah.
Amen. Yevrechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. Yisach Adonai panav elecha v'yisem leah shalom. V'yisem'u et shmi al b'nei Yisrael va'ani avarchem.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emes, v'chayei olam natan et achenu. Baruch atah Adonai, notei haTorah. Amen.
It is said that to teach a child is to be like a parent. So, our teachers, we thank you for teaching our children, and our parents, we thank you for being their actual parents. It is always a responsibility to raise a child. We think about it as fun. We think about it as an amazing, loving experience, which it is, but it's a huge responsibility. And being dedicated enough to them and to CBT to keep them here through confirmation shows a great deal, not just about them, but about you. And through this, you help them do kibbut aleph. You help them honor their parents and their teachers by sometimes forcing them, sometimes encouraging them, and always being here for them, on behalf of CBT and on behalf of the Jewish community, and on behalf of them. Hopefully this will be a blessing. We're going to lift the Torah for Hagba and Galila. And as the Torah is lifted, you will notice perhaps a little, like, it almost to me it looks like a Nike swoosh, but inverted, like a little white whoosh. That's where the blessings are that Izzy just read, which is used to be known as the priestly benediction. Today we call it the Threefold Benediction. We've said it once already tonight, twice if you count Isabella's reading, and we're going to say it one more time in a couple of minutes for the confirmands. It is the only blessing that was in the Torah for the purpose of blessing our people, that we use it today for the same purpose as written. No other blessing does that. So as we lift the Torah, you might be able to see that, and we're going to invite our confirmands to help us with Hagba and Galila as well. Please rise as the Torah is lifted.
Vezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe. Vezot HaTorah. Vezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe. Vezot HaTorah. Lifnei bnei Yisrael. Vezot
asher sam Moshe.
Vezot haTorah lifnei bnei Yisrael. Vezot haTorah al pi Adonai ve'ad Moshe. Vezot haTorah. Vezot haTorah asher sam Moshe. Vezot haTorah. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to those that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
You may be seated unless you have a birthday or anniversary in June. Come on up for your birth-anniversary blessing. And if you are near someone who has a birthday or anniversary in June, please shove them gently towards the bima. And we're going to keep the ark open. You're okay if you want to be seated. There is nothing wrong with that. You can make, yeah. Did any of you have a June birthday? June birthday. Know that Liana comes up here nearly every month, but June really is her birth month. We are going to continue with counting the Omer. We think it's around 284, page 284. And this is the last, not only is this the last time we're counting the Omer this year, it's the last time we're counting the Omer, way off, 278. It's the last time we're counting the Omer this year at all, not just on a Friday night, but this is the 49th night of the Omer. It's the last night, which means tomorrow night is Shavuot. More to come about that in a minute.
Hineni muchanim zuman, hineni muchanim zuman,
hineni muchanim zuman, lekayem mitzvat aseh shel sfirat haomer. We are ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat haomer. Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. Hayom arba'im v'tesha yom shehem Sheva Shvuot LaOmer. Today is the 49th day, which is 7 weeks of the Omer. We are going to take a quiet moment with the confirmand right here in front of the ark. And again, if you want to remain seated, that is fine.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'kunecha.
May God's radiance shine on you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yisem lecha shalom.
Rise for Aleinu, page 282.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tetz gedula liyotzeh breshit, shelo asanu kigoyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishmechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai, l'melech al kol ha'aretz.
thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth. Our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. We remember the holy martyrs of every age of Jewish memory, from the Crusades to the Inquisition, from the English expulsion to the Russian pogroms, from the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem to the destruction of communities in the Holocaust. We remember those who have given their lives for our nation as well as for the state of Israel. We also take to heart the 433 Americans who lost their lives this week to gun violence. As we remember them all, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death, perhaps choosing one of the meditations on page 288 and following, or whichever words the heart may prompt. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Tonight we are thinking especially of Chaim Asa, Sally Addis, Edith Rosenfeld-Chergel, Sherry Cohen, Sandra Davidson, Lottie Dolby, Edward Dolby, Jean Doyle, Robert Einstein, Robert Irving Friedman, Beatrice Freeman Cates, Phyllis Matskin, Rabbi Aaron D. Pankin, S. Neil Paulson, Larry Siegel, Zipporah Schiffberg-Mencher, Betty Louise Silverman, Albert Sonnenfeld, Molly Weinreb, Harriet Willens. Are there any other names for Kaddish this evening? Memories of all of them are with us. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we rise as one community. For Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish, page 294, or right here on the screen. Yigadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, be'alma di v'rach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'zman kariv v'imru.
Amen. Yehei shmei rabbah m'barach le'olam u'amei amaya.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. Yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yitalal shmeid kudusha. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru.
Amen.
Shalom b'imru. Yehei shlama rabbah min shmaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'imramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world, to which we say, Amen. May be seated.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Ginger Schulman. I am on the board of directors, and I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. It's nice to see so many people, and thank you to the confirmation class. You guys led a beautiful service. And of course to Jenna and Rabbi. And who is this gentleman playing the piano so lovely? What?
That's Isaac, one of our
Isaac. Thank you. I knew he was a congregant. I just didn't know his name. Thank you. All right, so there's a lot going on in June, but the most important thing that I believe we want to talk about tonight is the Spring Fling virtual auction and raffle. And Shelley Halperin is asked to come up and kind of explain how this is going to work this year. Come on up. Thank you.
Thanks, Ginger. So a few of you may have realized that the auction website is now available for preview. It became activated yesterday at noon, so you can take a peek after Shabbat ends. And then Sunday night, the auction will become live. You can start bidding. You do have to register to become a bidder. There's just a link at the top of the page. You just click register to bid. And then bidding can begin. And I wanted to point out a couple things. There is a video on the homepage of the auction site recorded by Rabbi Young that will explain all the goodies. So please take a moment to visit the auction site and watch the video. It's about 2 minutes long or so. Very, very informative and helpful. Also, there's an area where you can buy tickets. On the page it says order tickets, and that's where you will find raffle tickets and the 4 special experiences that we've got going on. There is a mahjong luncheon, there is an art class taught by Sharon Goldhammer, there is a game night hosted by the Schulmans, and there is one more. Oh yes, a really amazing wine tasting by the Weimullers. So if you are looking to sign up for those, I recommend getting in there early. Those have a limited number of seats, and once those are sold, the event will close, and only those who purchase seats will get to go. So please make sure you check that out and buy your raffle tickets. I'm really excited. Well, last time I was on the beam, I think it was 2 weeks ago, and I mentioned that we had already had $3,000 in sponsorships, and I am now very excited to tell you that we have a total of 16 sponsors who have donated over $10,000 to sponsor the sprinkling, making it that much easier to reach our goals. So please do take time. The auction will go on for 10 days. So if you work, if you travel, if you aren't home very much, everything can be done from wherever you are because it's all virtual. So you will find the link to visit our auction site on the inside right-hand portion of the Shabbat announcement. The link is there. It's also on about 100 things I've mailed to your home or put in the bulletin, and it's everywhere. But here it is right here. So even though Rabbi Young jokes about taking this home and putting it on your refrigerator, you might really want to do that this time. Because that is the link that'll get you there. And so please bid, please buy raffle tickets, some amazing prizes available. One is a $2,500 dream vacation. One is a Disney package with 2 park hopper tickets and a $500 Disney gift card. And the other one is a charter for 8 people on a French sailboat out of Newport Beach, 4-hour charter with a full spread of food for 8 people. And that one's a really good one too. So please take the time to check it out and support CBT through the auction. Thank you very much. Thanks, Ginger. Oh, yes.
You can send the link to friends via social media.
You are so right. It is not limited to our congregation. Ginger, thank you so much for remembering that.
We'll take anyone's money.
Right. Share the link with, put it on Facebook, text or email to your friends. Let everybody know because we want to have as many people looking at those items as possible. Thanks.
I'll stop. Okay, fine. Good. I don't know if you know, we just had a whole conversation in half words. I also want to remind you that I mentioned that tonight is the last night of the Omer, which means tomorrow night is Shavuot. We have an all-night virtual study session hosted by congregations across America. This is a small congregation project from New York to California. And a bunch of other states. We have every hour starting at, I think, 4 p.m. tomorrow, some teachings from rabbis, cantors, and educators, all over the United States. And if you'd like to jump in for any of them, all of the information and links are here on the Shavuot Night of Learning square of the inside of your program. And just like Shelley did, we've been sharing the link in all of the things. So you can go to Facebook, you can go to the bulletin, and you can click on all the clickables and join us for Shavuot at any point. Each session has its own login information. So if you want to come to my Real Judaism session tomorrow evening, where we're going to do the Truman Show, I recommend you watch the movie during Shabbat and log into rdyzoom.com, and we'll do Real Judaism tomorrow night at 9 p.m. our time. And then Sunday morning, here in this very room in person, or there on that very screen in virtual, we have our Yizkor Shavuot service at 10:30. So lots and lots and lots of fun stuff going on, and we will all do this together. So we're going to continue with Oseh Shalom, led by Isaac and Jenna.
Oseh Shalom Bimroma,
Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Going to invite our confirmands up to lead us in Kiddush and Motzi, and we invite everyone to please rise. One of you take one cup, one of you take the other cup, hold them high. 3, 2, 1. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinkilanu. Zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim. Banu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, Ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Hold them high. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Take a drink. Don't waste the blessing. After Motzi and the service closing, if you are not in confirmation or family, there is an oneg on the patio. If you are in confirmation or one of their families, we have dinner reservations, so get there. Hold up the challah. What? Uncover it. Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Eat the challah. Today, June 3rd, is National Donut Day, the holiest day of the year.
It's a good rabbi joke.
Created, this is important. Created in 1938 by the Salvation Army of Chicago, National Donut Day is our chance to throw caution to the wind and eat like we're still in high school. There are few people who can resist those delicious fried treats, although most of us have our favorite flavors that are even harder to resist. Unlike Hanukkah, when we have 8 days to ingest all of the sufganiyot we can get our greasy hands on, National Donut Day is just 1 day, 24 sugar-coated hours until it is gone, not to return for another year. Not so for Shabbat. Even while I am on sabbatical, we will gather as a CBT community, and though I will miss you like the center of a donut, I look forward to being back in the Bima in August. As for Jenna and Max Antman, I am sure they look forward to seeing you live or online next week and every week. Thank you for being here. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. One more thing, there is a oneg out on the back patio, and it is, Brian Offner is the one that has sponsored the oneg in celebration of his retirement. So
Yay,
please
Brian.
go out, congratulate Brian.
Bye. Confirmation.
So dessert at
Get
your
out.
house tomorrow night for my birthday?
I have no
While
idea.
we do your study?
What? Sure, yeah, whatever.
I am so kidding.
To your cars. Oh my gosh, I do.
Oh, you're good. And
One more thing, huh?
thank you.
For what?
Take a picture of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
And can we get a copy of it?
Because of the spring fling, I almost
share it
forgot
around.
about the owner.
Oh, no, she has them.
But
So-
my young already had said
I
there
don't
was
have
an
them.
Oh, okay. So you'll
Good night, Vin. No.
There's Dash trouble.
Red, watch out.
Danya.
I tried.
Shabbat Shalom.